In this video, I rank every enchantment in Minecraft. Also, only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so if you enjoy it, then consider subscribing. Also, I have a Discord server and you should join. Anyways, this tier list has 5 tiers. Amazing, decent, average, lacking, and pathetic. This is the Minecraft enchantment tier list. First up is Aqua Affinity. It helps you break blocks faster while underwater. Not that much else. It can be useful, but it's just kinda basic. Lacking tier. Bane of Arthropods. I don't care who you are, but I think that we can all agree that this enchantment sucks. No one needs to be killing spiders or silverfish, and if you do, just use sharpness. There's almost no reason to ever have this on your weapons. Pathetic tier. Blast Protection. This has a very niche use case. If you're around a lot of creepers or you like TNT cannons, this could be useful, but it's not that useful to the average player. Pathetic tier, but still much better than Bane of Arthropods. Channeling. This also isn't used much, but it's better than the others. It summons lightning when you hit a mob or player, and if you hit a creeper, it'll turn into a charged creeper. So I'm gonna put this at average tier. It's good for getting mob heads, but not that much else. Cursive Binding. This is a nightmare if it's on your armor in hardcore. It's also just bad in general. The armor can't be taken off until you die. We might have a new contestant to go against Bane of Arthropods. Pathetic tier. Cursive Vanishing. Basically the same thing, but the opposite. If you die, it gets deleted. Not that bad in hardcore, but very bad in survival if you tend to die a lot. Also a pathetic tier. Depth Strider. This enchantment goes up to level 3 and it makes it so that you can walk faster in water. I literally cannot live without this enchantment. It's not the best, but it's decent. Decent tier. Efficiency. It goes up to level 5 and it enables you to mine faster. Basically permanent haste. It's one of the most useful enchantments in Minecraft. It makes life a lot easier. Amazing tier. Feather Falling. You take less damage. It's great. There's not much more to say. Amazing tier. Fire Aspect. This could be useful for dealing a lot of damage to mobs. It can also cook passive mobs instantly, but it can be annoying for attacking Endermen. But overall, I think it's a decent tier. Flame. This is basically Fire Aspect, but for a bow. I already kinda explained it, basically flaming arrows. Also a decent tier. Fortune. This increases your chance to get multiple drops from ores. This makes mining diamonds a whole lot more rewarding. It goes up to level 3 and it's one of the most useful enchantments in the game. Amazing tier. Frostwalker. Some people love it, some people hate it. I personally don't like it that much. I prefer to have Depth Strider on my boots, but some of you like it. Average tier. Impaling. This is an enchantment for the trident to make it a lot stronger and deal more damage to underwater mobs. It goes up to level 5 and personally I don't use it that much. Average tier. Infinity. Infinity also can't be used with mending, so some people have a debate over which is better. Personally I like Infinity better, but you guys can have your own opinions. Decent tier. Knockback. I know this might not be obvious, but the Knockback enchantment increases the knockback that you deal with your sword. Sometimes it can be useful, but sometimes it might not be, because sometimes you need to stay close to the enemy. Average tier. Looting. This is basically fortune for a sword. Mobs drop more items when killed. It's pretty simple. Amazing tier. Loyalty. This is good for people who use tridents as weapons. It makes your trident come back when you throw it. But I mean, who really uses tridents as weapons? Aside from a couple people. Decent tier. Luck of the Sea. This is a fishing rod enchantment that increases the chance of catching items from the treasure category. You'll get more enchanted books and less fish. So basically you'll get more enchanted books and less fish. Average tier. Lure. This enchantment increases the speed at which you catch fish. I think a lot of these enchantments can be explained with a single sentence. Anyways, Lure is a lacking tier. Mending. An amazing enchantment. It allows you to repair armor when you gain XP levels. When it was introduced into the game, it was a game changer. The first villager that most people try to get is almost always a mending villager. Easy, amazing tier. Multi-shot. Depending on the level, it allows your crossbow to fire multiple shots. It can be good if there are a lot of enemies or you just want to make a trick shot, but multi-shot isn't exactly the best. But it's also not the worst. Average tier. Piercing. This is another crossbow enchantment and it can pierce through multiple enemies. There's really not that much to it. Lacking tier. Power. This is sharpness but for a bow. It increases the damage the arrows do. It could be useful for the dragon fight or just general ranged combat. Amazing tier. Projectile Protection. In my opinion, this is better than Blast Protection, but it's still not that good. Unless you're in a ranged PvP scenario or you're fighting a ton of skeletons, it isn't the most useful enchantment in the world. Lacking tier. Protection. A classic enchantment. It's like all the other protections, but this one covers almost any damage. In my opinion, this is the best form of protection in the game. Amazing tier. Punch. This is like knockback but for a bow. It deals more knockback to mobs or players when you hit them. Average tier. Quick Charge. This enchantment does exactly what the name says. It lets you charge crossbows quickly. Pretty self-explanatory. Average tier. Respiration. Respiration allows you to breathe underwater for longer periods of time without water breathing potions. It has saved my life many times. Decent tier. Riptide. Riptide allows you to launch yourself forward while underwater or in the rain. And if you pair it with an Elytra in the rain, you can travel at very fast speeds and it's one of the best transportation methods in the game. Decent tier. Sharpness. This increases the damage that your sword or axe does by a lot. Also, unlike Smite or Bane of Arthropods, this works for everything. It's probably one of my favorite enchantments in the game. Amazing tier. Silk Touch. Silk Touch is a pickaxe enchantment that allows you to mine blocks and retain their original block form. I explained that very poorly. Basically, you mine diamond ore, and instead of getting a diamond, you get the diamond ore block. Decent tier. Smite. This is Bane of Arthropods, but for undead mobs. I would put this in the lacking tier, but if you put it on an axe, it can be very useful for defeating the Wither. Average tier. Soul Speed. This is a boot enchantment that makes walking on soul sand or soul soil a lot faster. That's it. Not much else to it. Decent tier. Sweeping Edge. This is a Java only enchantment that makes you able to hit more than one mob with a sword at a time. This effect sometimes happens without the enchantment, but the enchantment makes it happen a lot more often. Average tier. Thorns. Thorns is an enchantment that can be applied to any piece of armor, and it makes it so when mobs damage you, they also take a small percentage of that damage. However, it wears down your armor's durability very fast, and personally, I don't like to use this on my armor. Average tier. Unbreaking. Probably second only to Mending. Unbreaking makes your tools last a lot longer and extends the life by a lot. It's especially useful on an Elytra so you can travel for a while without needing to repair it. Overall, it's a great enchantment. Amazing tier. Swift Sneak. This is a new enchantment that was part of the 1.19 Wild update. It can be put on your leggings and it allows you to move a lot faster while sneaking. This is very useful while raiding ancient cities. Decent tier. And finally, Fire Protection. This has definitely been here the whole time. It's not being added through editing. Fire Protection is pretty much self-explanatory. You take less damage from fire. However, Protection is just better because it protects you from most other damage. So Fire Protection is a lacking tier. This was my ranking for all the enchantments in Minecraft. Leave a like if you enjoyed and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.